Well, it looks like I have more Zebstrika fans than I thought. Since you guys wanted me to do a video on Zebstrika before Boltund, I guess I have to give the people what they want. So, Zebstrika, the regional electric type that was introduced in the colorful and expansive Generation 5, and is known for being the signature Pokemon of the stylish Elesa. Aside from being associated with one of the most popular Pokemon characters, Zebstrika is also well known for being one of the absolute worst electric types, as well as just being a terrible Pokemon in general. With non-existent bulk, a decent attack stat that is wasted by its barren access to decent physical moves, a mediocre special attack it is forced to use because its physical moves just don't cut it, and an excellent speed stat that means nothing when it just can't use it to do anything, Zebstrika is just an awful Pokemon. Even with Zebstrika's newfound access to actual physical electric stab and supercell slam, as well as actual coverage and high horsepower, low kick, and Trailblaze, Zebstrika is still a bad Pokemon that has nothing to offer for competitive play. Zebstrika really needs better tools if it wants to be good anywhere, and where better to start with buffing the Electric Zebra than with its wasted stats. Zebstrika's current stats have it designed to be a glass cannon, which isn't a bad role to occupy. The problem is that Zebstrika's move pool, as I've mentioned, doesn't allow it to be a glass cannon, thus leaving Zebstrika as, well, glass, not having any threatening offenses and just being team fodder more than anything. I really don't see Zebstrika occupying any other role aside from being a glass cannon, so I just decided to make Zebstrika a legitimate glass cannon. With a new base stat total of 519, Zebstrika will now have a mediocre HP stat of 68, with both defenses being a paltry 58 each. All the while, its attack and special attack will rise up to 115 and 110 respectively, with the speed being bumped up to 118. Although Zebstrika now has less bulk than that of wet tissue paper, it isn't that bad when Zebstrika now has the ability to be impressively fast while hitting decently hard on both sides of offenses. And with the new moves I will be providing for Zebstrika, it's going to demolish teams. But before I show off those new moves for Zebstrika, I do want to highlight Zebstrika's 3 excellent abilities. It's uncommon for a Pokemon to have 2 good abilities, but it's even more uncommon for a Pokemon to have all 3 abilities be excellent. But by golly, Zebstrika has 3 great abilities. Lightning Rod and Motor Drive provide Zebstrika an immunity to opposing electric moves and gives it a boost to special attack and speed respectively. Meanwhile, Sap Sipper gives Zebstrika an attack boost while providing an immunity to grass moves. All 3 abilities are excellent, and I really debated if I wanted to drop one of these great abilities. But after some brainstorming and discussion with my Discord, by the way, go follow me there, I ultimately decided to replace Motor Drive with Reckless. Although Motor Drive is a great ability, Zebstrika is plenty fast already with its new base speed of 118, and Lightning Rod already provides an electric immunity while boosting Zebstrika's newly improved special attack. While I can see a valid argument for keeping Motor Drive on Zebstrika, I think Reckless provides Zebstrika more immediate power. With Reckless, recoil moves like Wild Charge and Supercell Slam receive a boost in power, giving Zebstrika extra power to break through bulkier teams. The only issue with giving Zebstrika Reckless is that it now has no option but to use Wild Charge or Supercell Slam. That is, unless I provide it Volt Tackle, that is. Volt Tackle is basically an electric type Flare Blitz, as its high power makes up for the 30% recoil. It's a move that needs to see much wider distribution because let's be honest here, Pikachu just cannot use the move efficiently. Just look at Pikachu's stats. It's insane how pathetically weak it is. But Zebstrika, with the new stats and Reckless, is anything but weak, and it would actually make great use of Volt Tackle. Another recoil move that Zebstrika would actually make great use of would be Flare Blitz. Since Zebstrika learns a decent amount of fire type moves like Flame Charge, Sunny Day, and Overheat, Flare Blitz wouldn't look too out of place in its move pool. Plus, it provides Zebstrika a reliable physical fire type move that isn't Flame Charge. But you know what is stronger than Flame Charge but weaker than Flare Blitz? Temper Flare, which provides another fire type move while also referencing Zebstrika's ill-tempered nature. And I would like to imagine that ill-tempered nature would allow Zebstrika to use a move like Stomping Tantrum, which serves serves as ground coverage for opposing electric types while also potentially being stronger than high horsepower while having guaranteed accuracy instead of 95% accuracy. But guess what's also 95% accurate? Jump Kick, which Zebstrika can use to demolish rock, ice, normal, dark, and steel types. But speaking of steel types, I want to give Zebstrika Iron Head, Iron Tail, and Flash Cannon as steel coverage for fairy types. And since I brought up the fairy type, I might as well give Zebstrika Play Rough as a physical fairy move for fighting dark and dragon types. Meanwhile, Dazzling Gleam does the exact same thing but on the special side. And to round out the buffs for Zebstrika, I want to give it Zen Headbutt as a psychic move for fighting and poison types, Energy Ball as a reliable coverage for ground types, Mega Horn as a strong bug type move, and lastly, Tail Glow as a setup move for Zebstrika's newfound special moves. With new stats that have it be an actual glass cannon, the Reckless ability, and some new moves like Volt Tackle, Flare Blitz, Stomping Tantrum, Mega Horn, Energy Ball, and even Tail Glow, Zebstrika is now an actual threatening wall breaker that can go all physical, all special, or even mixed. But those were the buffs I would provide for Zebstrika. What did you think about these buffs? Let me know down in the comments below, and while you're down there, why not join my team by subscribing and heading over to my community tab and choosing which Pokemon I should buff next. It will be really cool and I look forward to that next video. But until next time, I'll catch you later.